Okay, so we can create a new file here that will be called as a okay. So in the new file, it's called as a developer guide. GUID. Whoever have system, they should create a file called developer guide, and they can write the notes in developer guide. If you are using the system, you can create a text file in the system, developer guide, and you will write under the developer guide only. Now let me open the developer guide. Have you installed the editor, Notepad++? So this file you can do the right click and open with where edit ++, Notepad++ option will come. Now in this developer guide page, right? So hope we are getting the option open with the Notepad++, or whichever editor you have, you can follow that. After that, let's come to the developer guide, or in the notebook, wherever you are writing, you can make a note. Okay. Today class, what we have, right? Our first discussion was in the syllabus, we have to start from this HTML. HTML is the first point. Then after that, CSS will come, and after that, we'll decide what to do. Okay. Step by step. So in the first step of HTML, you cannot write directly code. There is no way to directly write the code. First, we have to understand some few points, so that once we start writing the code, we will understand why I'm writing this line. Okay. So for that, HTML, whoever work in the market, whoever have knowledge in the HTML, or whoever says I have a knowledge in HTML, they have some certain knowledge. Okay. What are those? We are going to make a list. People who work on HTML or who have knowledge of HTML or who is going to work on the HTML. whether 1 year experience, 20-year experience, no matter. They will be working around these 6 points. 6 point we have, that 6 point will explain you each and everything of HTML. It's made after a lot of, after working many years in the market, after getting a lot of idea. I made some few points. Using that few points, you will understand the HTML easily. And then once we start writing the code, your question, your answer. Question will come from mind, answer will be ready automatically. Okay. So first you write HTML. You might have seen from internet many times. What is called? It's called as a hypertext markup language. That is their full form. Hyper. Even I will also write as a hyper. HYPERTEXT, hypertext markup language. Hypertext markup language. Okay, hypertext markup language. What this language is and how it works, why it is called as a hypertext markup language. Let's come down. Right below, hypertext language, we will understand in next few points. You can write, it has collections of COLLECTIONS. It has collections of HTML tags. What kind of tag? Predefined tag. Predefined tags. Okay, HTML, what it has? HTML has a collections of predefined tags. Now next line will write, it used to design, not design, it used to send information to browser. It used to send information to browser, and it used to collect information from browser. When you open a website, what you do? Sometime you register in the website, sometime you fill the form, right? That is called the input. You are giving the information to browser. Another side, when you see the output, that we get the information from browser. So which language run behind that? So it says HTML says like, I have a lot of tags. With the help of that tag, I can pass the information to browser, as well as I can collect the information from browser. Which says HTML tag says, okay. HTML tag says I have a feature, based on that I can pass the information to browser and I can collect the information from browser. And who will see the information in the browser? User. Who will give the information in the browser? Is a user only. Now come down. Next, after that, when the HTML is ready to send the information to browser and ready to collect the information from browser, is it possible that HTML can do everything? Then HTML will say, no, I cannot do everything. Okay. What is the limitation over there? We are going to write the next line. Okay. The HTML tags has a limitation. HTML tags has a limitation. Okay. HTML tag has a limitation. Now I'll write, due to this limitation, responsive web page design is not possible. Then you will ask, what is that responsive web page design? So what is it? HTML tag says like, I can pass your information to browser, I can collect the information from browser, but in that case, there is some limitation. Due to that limitation, only HTML is not sufficient to design a responsive web page. So that I wrote, due to this limitation, a responsive page design is not possible. So what we'll do in that? We will take the help from here. Another line I'm going to write here, one line for CSS. And after that, we'll come to the conclusion. CSS is called as a cascading style set. Cascading style set. Cascading style set. What is inside the CSS? It has collections of property and values. It has a collections of properties and value. See, in HTML line I have written, it has a collections of predefined tags. Collections of predefined tag, but what limitation is under the HTML? Under the HTML, there is a limitation of this point. Which point? Properties and values. Tag is there, but property value is not that much. So what will happen? That point I have added under the limitation. If you want to make this sentence proper, I can copy this point and I'll add here. It has a collection of predefined tags, and HTML tag has a limitation on this point. Which point? Oh, this points as a called a properties and values. Okay, HTML tags has limitation on which point? That is called properties and values. Now, due to this limitation, HTML will not be sufficient to design a responsive web page. Responsive web page meaning is those pages that will work in all the devices. Then just behind that, CSS is extending. CSS says like, don't worry, I have a collections of only which one? Property and values. I don't have tags. Okay, in CSS we don't have tag. We have only property and values. Okay, using property value, what you can do? It used to change. It used to change the look and feel of web page. It used to change the look and feel of web page. It used to change the look and feel of web page. It used to change the look and feel of web page. Okay, now come down. Okay, it used to change the look and feel of the web page. Now, last point. It says when we want to design a responsive web page, then how these two technologies are going to work? From HTML, you are going to take the tags, plus from the CSS, you are going to take the property and values. So CSS is going to help with the property value and HTML is going to help with the tags, and finally both will combine together, and after that we'll make a page. That page will work in all the device. That is called a responsive web design. Okay, responsive web design. Now the CSS is the next matter. That is in upcoming time we'll learn. First we have a target as of now, HTML few points. Okay, so I told you under the HTML, before writing the code, everyone need to know the 5-6 points. That is important. Even we have used already in the internet. Okay, you might have seen the YouTube or here there W3 schools. If you have tried from internet, you have seen that. But we need to organize now systematically so that further when multiple technology will come together, it will be helpful for you to understand the rules, regulation and policy and combine the multiple technology together. Okay, so for that we have to organize everything systematically. So let's go. Now I will come here. We have written in the beginning here, college a collections of this line. Collection of what? Tags. And that also what kind of tags? Predefined, not made by us, made by someone else. Predefined represent made by someone else, not made by you or not made by me. Okay, the people who research the HTML, they have made the tags. So, but the question is, yes, we have not created, but how the tag look like? That is the question. So tags is a question. What is the tags? Okay. So keep in mind, the tag can be user defined also, and tag can be predefined also. We can create our own tag also after learning some more points. Okay. Now come. So suppose within this less than greater than whatever you write, it is called a open tag. Open tag. Okay. After that, whatever we write here, that is called a close tag. This is called a close tag. Open tag and close tag. Open tag and a close tag. Without slash, it will call it open. With slash, it will be called a close. But this point will get splitted further once we write few more things. Okay. Open meaning is what? Open meaning is called a start. And end meaning, close meaning is what? Is called a end. A start will happen without slash. End will happen with slash. Okay. Next point. Okay, so HTML, how many tags are there in HTML? Even I don't know how many tags are there. Daily the new tags will keep coming. The people who are working on only HTML, if you ask from him, he also will not say no idea. Because today you will remember 20, tomorrow 2-3 more will come. Okay, so we cannot say how many tags are there. But yes, based on requirement, we can split them. Based on their behavior, whichever the tags are there in the market, based on their behavior, we can split them. Yes, your behavior is like this. You belong to this group. For you, I will write the CSS like this. You belong to this group. For you, I will write the CSS like this. Okay, so that categorization we are going to do. So let's write here. Type of HTML tags. How many are there? How many are there? That I don't know, but I can guide you, yes, with confidence. Yes, how many types are there? Type of HTML tags. Okay, how many are there? Our first line of HTML definition says it used to pass the information where to browser, and it will collect the information from browser. Who says? HTML says. HTML says I have a feature. I can collect your information via browser and I can give the information to you via browser. Okay. So that point if you capture, then type of HTML tag says till now, everyone, whoever have opened the website till now, you have opened multi-hundred, multi-thousand website you have opened. So remember, now let's see from one by one. When we go to Facebook, what do you do? You log in. Before login, you register and then log in. When you do register, you give some input. When you log in, that time also you give some input, right? We give some input. No? After login, once you go inside the Facebook, we have both the option, input and output both. We can give input as well as we can see the output. The people who has post, suppose you will post something, that's become as an input. Your friend will see in the network, for him it will become as an output. Your friend has posted something, you will comment on that, that becomes an input. Now he will see your comment, that becomes an output. So what do you do in Facebook? Input, output, everything. Till now, whatever in Facebook you have done, what you have done? You enter some value or see the output, enter the value and see the output. Come to the YouTube, what do you do? In YouTube, you play the video. Question is, video come from where? Someone will upload. Suppose for our other batches, running batches, evening time, I upload the video. So for me, it's become an input. I have to select the video from system. I have to select the batch. I have to give the title of the video, which class is it. Okay, for that, I need to write some description. I need to make public, private, and then upload it. It will come to where? Channel. Now from the channel, the people who are in our channel, they can see the video. So for me, it's become as an input, and for you, it will become as an output. Anywhere, go to the Flipkart, anywhere till now, whichever the website you have seen, you have used, everywhere, what are the steps you follow? Either you enter something or you see something, correct? Nothing else apart from this. So not based on, I'm talking about the internet definition. I'm talking based on your experience. Okay. Next question is yesterday photo we have designed. In the photo you saw HTML was dealing with the browser. HTML deal with the browser and user interact with the browser. Correct. So overall, with the browser, HTML communication is happening. HTML is doing communication with the browser. Now, when we come to the final conclusion, once we come, we can see, okay, whenever I open the website, either we can see the input, we can give the input and then we'll see the output, or we can see directly output, input, output, 2 steps on input, output. Okay. So based on this day-to-day activity, whatever the tags you have in HTML, using the tag, either you display the video or you upload the video, or you display the text data, or you display the photo. If person has uploaded the photo, then only someone can see. A person has entered the profile, then only someone can see. A person has uploaded the video, then only someone can browse. A person has uploaded the audio, then someone can clear, right? So the what is happening? One side is happening as a input, other side is happening as a output. And this happen through the HTML tags. Functionality is the next level. How upload will happen, that is the next level. But upload happen through what? This UI, user interface came in front of you for register, come from where? HTML. Behind that, which technology is playing the role, that is the next level. Okay, when you go to your view profile, you see the content, your mobile number, your email ID will come in view profile. That is from where? HTML. How the content came from the backend, that is the next level. Okay, but at the point of input and output, your HTML is playing the role. Okay, so based on your day-to-day life experience with full convenience, wherever you go for interview, if people ask how many type of tags are there, okay, leave internet definition from today onwards. Remember, we have seen, we have used, and I have seen the people while using or overall on internet. After doing the research, I found two type of tag. One where I do the input, that is called input group, and where we see the output, that is called as a output. If I upload the video, that is called input. When I play the video, that is called as an output. So to play the video, we need a tag, and to upload the video, we need a tag. So one side is the input tag, another side is called as a output tag. So based on our day-to-day life experience, we can say in HTML, we have two type of tag. One is called input tags, and another one is called as a output tag. Input tag and output tag. These two are the type of assume college category. Now, if you want to write a single line definition, you can write here. It used to ask input from user. It used to ask input from user. Okay. Another one, what we have, output tag. It used to display output to user. It used to display. It used to ask input from user, and it used to display output to user. Via what? Via the browser. Via the browser. Browser is a mediator in between. Through that, so in HTML, the main point you got two, that is called overall, what are the types of, how many type of tag we have? One is called input tag, another one is called output tag. In case someone is opposing in your answer, you can say till date, whichever the website I have seen, where I upload the input, I have uploaded the input, I have seen the output. So based on that, I can say there is a, how many types? Two types only. And once you start writing, definitely you will come to know really it's a two type only. Now come. Now we need to see the behavior of the tags. Okay, this is called types. Next you write is a behavior. Okay, when you write the code, how the tag will look like, when the output will come, how that look like. Okay, based on that, further you can apply the CSS and you can apply the JavaScript. So I'll write here the next question. The behavior of HTML tags. The behavior of HTML tags. What is that? Point number one. Okay. Behavior of HTML tags. Point number one. Okay. It's called as a DEPENDENT, dependent tag. And one is called as a independent tag. INDEPENDENT, independent tag. Dependent tag and independent tag. Okay, dependent, independent. Another one is called block level tag, and one more is there called as a fourth point is called as a inline tag. So point number third and fourth, that is for, I can keep another point here for a responsive design. But this is the behavior of the tags only. This is also behavior of the tag, but it come under the responsive design. How that work, I will guide you. Let's make a note of this 4 point. Point number 1 was input tag, point number 2 was output tag. Next, under the behavior of HTML tag, we found two dependent tag and independent tag, and then block level tag. Another one is called as a inline tag. Okay. You have already seen. Okay. Now suppose if I go here and write one first example, and after that I'll write the definition. Then it will be clear for you. Example. Okay. May you have seen in the W3, or maybe you have seen the YouTube lot of videos. People write here, there. You may try also, or you may have idea already. Okay. Suppose if HTML tag open like this and it is closed like this. Can you see this? One side is without slash, another side is with slash. So in HTML, as well as XML, as well as XHTML, as well as DHTML, we have four terms. We are learning as of now HTML, predefined tags. After getting some idea, once we come in JavaScript, we will do as a DHTML also, dynamic HTML. We will create the element directly. We can create the tag directly through JavaScript. Once you go under the React, there you will learn the XHTML. Based on XML rule, we can create our own tag also. Okay, so that is called what? XHTML. So 3-4 point you will be adding under the resume. Later, once you learn it, then automatically you will come to know this is called HTML, this is XHTML, this is called DHTML. Now here, what is the definition for dependent tag? Dependent tag says like those tag has open separate and closing as a separate. Not only this much, you might have seen this tag also, or not seen, then let's remember it. Body open and body as a close. So those tag in HTML, entire HTML and XHTML and DHTML, whichever the tag we have open and close, all the tags are called as a dependent tag. Okay, let me write one user defined tag. Come under the XHTML. Hello open and hello as a close. So these two become as a HTML tag, whereas this become as a XHTML tag. X means extensible, made by us. Okay. So now let's write a single line definition here. Right? You might have seen in W3, no, or internet, HTML open close. People, YouTube people, whoever write a HTML code, everyone will do HTML open and close, open and close. Why they do? Because the behavior of the tag is dependent. It has to open and close. Okay. Then you will ask why open, close, why not only open? Because your HTML is going to run in the browser, and after that, next you will write the CSS, next you will write the JavaScript, next you will write many technology. So all the technology will come and they will deal with the browser. Once your project is ready, next day you will upload in the server and you will ask the digital marketing team to promote the website. Correct? All the processes are inside. So when step by step, once you move ahead, each technology will search for their rule and regulation. Like suppose you are going to merge with the JavaScript. JavaScript will come and look into the HTML. JavaScript will see HTML, are you following the rules or not? Tomorrow, once you link your website with the Google search, Google bots will come. They will check and they'll say, are you following the rules or not? Okay. So it is compulsory that a developer has to write the HTML code based on which one? Rule and regulation. Then only your page will be smart and work in all the cases, and it will go for the long time. Okay. Else after some time, Google will reject the page. Page performance will be slow, huge traffic will happen, page will become slow, user will lose. Correct? So those problems. So here what it says, single line definition. Those tags that has open and close separate. Open is separate and closing is separate. For example, any tag without slash open and with slash close. Another line we have. Let me write here definition, then we'll go ahead. Independent tag. Those tags that has, here I should write as a HS has. Those tags that has open and close separate. Okay. Independent tag, those tags that has only open. There is no separate closing for that. or other line you can write here, call it a self-closing tag. Self-closing tag. Self-closing tag. Independent tag is called a self-closing tag also. How that look? Example. Suppose if I write call a tag we have not implemented, but as for example, if you write like this, BR, if you write a tag called HR, if you write a tag called IMG, something like this. See, in this case, this tag says like, I don't need any separate closing. It's made like that itself. Only keep open, that's all it will work. Okay. So here what we have, dependent tag says like, no, it must open and close, else document structure will be wrong. Independent tag says like, just you open and forget the closing, no problem. Okay, but one restriction will get applied. What restriction? This point I have written called self-closing tag. Okay, the self-closing tag rule come from some certain technology. The certain technology we have, those technologies say like, okay, HTML, if the tag is independent tag, then on that one rule should get applied. That is called self-closing. Okay, you are independent, then no problem. You open and close yourself. Okay, don't close, separate. Which technology is that? Suppose if I write like this, BR, HR, and IMG, if I use the Angular, sorry, if I use the HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, this is going to work, there is no problem at all. But as soon as this line, if we add under the Angular and React, it will throw the error. Because Angular and React has some rule regulation for HTML. In that rule regulation, it says like, if HTML tag is independent tag, then it must follow this rule. That is called self-closing tag. What is that? Slash we need to keep in the last. Okay, slash is compulsory in the last. Okay, so without slash it is going to work. I'm not saying it is not going to work, but in limited technology. Angular will throw the error saying like template parsing error. React will throw the error saying like JSX problem, JSX fragment mismatch. Okay, so in that case, our habit should be in such a way, it should not throw the error in anywhere, and it should not become the problem for other technology, so that we'll keep a slash in the last. Now, self-closing meaning is what? Those tags that open and close together. Independent tag meaning is what? Those tags that open and close together. Okay. Dependent tag meaning is what? Those tags that open and close separate. Okay. Any website you open, any website I'm talking, not limited, any website from internet, do the right click, select the view source. It will show the code of the page. Go inside, you will find entire story like this and like this. Tag will open, tag will be closed. Some tag will be only open, some tag will be open and closed. So entire structure is based on this. Okay. So this is their behavior. Two more we have. Now these two behavior, what is that? The last two behavior is going to help you to make your page responsive. Like suppose when you open the website in the big monitor, laptop, the content will look different. It will get spread in the page. When you open the same website in the mobile phone, the content get rearranged. Right? When you open the maybe any website, open the laptop, the content will come in one line 4 photo, next line 4 photo. Now same page if you open in the mobile phone, in one line 1 photo, remaining photo will go to where? New line. That is called responsive design. Okay. For that, this two line is going to play the important role. What is that? Block level tag and inline tag. Okay. Inline word is clear. Inline meaning is what? In the same line. Same line. Horizontally in the same line. And block level meaning is your vertical same line. Vertical meaning is what? Top to bottom. Horizontal meaning is what? In the same line. Side by side, you can say. Okay. Now suppose you open a website, 4 product will come in one line, that is the laptop. Now open the same website in the mobile phone. If 4 product will display in one line, then what will happen? Laptop size was 2000 pixel, mobile size is how much? 500 pixel. In the 2000 pixel you display 4 photo, and in that 400 pixel you display 4 photo. Where the better complexity, where the picturization will be good? In the laptop only. Let me go here in the website. Okay. Before looking into writing any line for block level tag and inline tag, let's see the website. Any website we can open. Open fast. Block level tag and inline tag. Okay. Block level tag is like block level tag in home page. We have some photo that will be helpful to see. Okay. Block level tag says I will go to the new line. Inline tag will say I will come in the same line. Okay. Then condition is for us. If the mobile phone, then go to the new line. If the laptop, then come in the same line. Okay, let's open this page. In this, some photos are there in the home page. Through that, we can understand it better. Come first here. Okay, now suppose this page is open. Let me come now. Photos are loading still. Okay, let me come to the point now. Block level tag meaning is what? Block level tag says like new line. Inline tag says is a same line. Now suppose this page I open in the laptop. In one line you can see here 4 icons are coming. Not 4, 6 are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are there. Internet look like slow. Okay, this came now. Okay, so in the one line there is a total 6 icons. Coming down, photo only I'll see. Coming down, here we have total how many blocks? 4 blocks. People have opened the page in the mobile phone, sorry, laptop, is a laptop. So when the contents are printing in the same line, then it is called as a inline. When the content come in the same line, then it is called as a inline. Now suppose, as of now, this is running in the laptop. Laptop width is suppose 1000 pixel or maybe 1500 pixel. In 1500 pixel, we are displaying 6 icons, sufficient space, no problem. It's displaying properly. Now, if you display the similar 6 icon in one line in mobile phone also, then what will happen? Content will become compressed. People have to zoom out, then only they can read the content. Because here the screen size is 1500 and in the mobile phone screen size is 400. The content what you display in the 1500 pixel, how it will fit in 400? Yes, it will fit, but content will become compressed. Then in that case, this rule will come. This rule will come. What is that? Block level and inline. This is like if the person has opened your website in the laptop, that meaning screen size is bigger, then display the item in the same line. Because the space is sufficient space, display 4 item, 5 item in one line, space is sufficient. Now the same person open the mobile page in the mobile phone, same person open the same page in the mobile phone, don't display the 6 photo in one line. Why? Because device size is different. Device screen size is different. Content will become compressed. People will not believe. People cannot see the quality of the product. They will not purchase the product. So in that case, block level elements say like, no problem. If the device is small, I will shift each item in the new line. So what will happen? One product in one line, next product in the new line. If the device is a large screen, then we'll shift the product in the same line. Correct? Look at here. Now I'll go to this page and you can see 4 photos are coming. Let me go here. It is for the small device. This is as a small device, not extra small. Let's go here. How many are coming now? 2 are coming in one line. Earlier it was as a 6 was there. Now only how many are coming? 2 are coming. When I come down, this was coming how many? 4 was coming in one line, right? So it is not as of now extra small device. It is only a small device. If suppose someone will open in mobile phone, this photo will not come two in one line. Okay, one will come in one line and many will go to the new line. So this rule is set here, not only here, in every website based on this line. What is called block level and inline. Okay, so let me write here now single line definition. What is that? Those tags that those tags that display in new line. Those tags that display in new line by default. Those tags that display in the new line by default, that is called a block level tag. Inline tag, what it says? Inline tag says like those tags that hold on, those tags that display in same line. Those tags that display in same line, that is called a inline tag. Now in this point, another line we can add. Using CSS, we can change the behavior of HTML tags. Okay, using CSS, what we can do? Block label tag will convert into inline, and again using the CSS, inline tag we can convert into inline tag. We can convert into where? As a block level, inline and block level, and this process is called as a responsive design. This process is called as a responsive design. Okay, the person who are saying yes, I can design a page that will work in all the devices, that meaning is what? He understands the behavior of HTML tag and he will write one CSS line, and based on the CSS line he will understand what is the device width, and based on the device width he will write the if else condition and convert from block to inline, and inline to block. Page will become a responsive. It will work in all the devices. Okay, so hope we have written this. How many points we got now? Point number 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is called 5, and this is called a 4, 5 already we have written here. We have 2 points in the beginning, third point here, fourth point here, fifth point here, and sixth point here. I have given 1, 2, 3. Under the type of tag we have 2 type of tag. Under the behavior of HTML tag we have how many? Total is 4 behavior. Okay, while writing the code, when we will write the code, we will come to these 2 points. While writing the code, we will come to know, yes, tag is open and close, tag is dependent or independent. When we'll run the page, then we will come about this 2 line, that is called inline or block. When you write the code, then only will come to know, no, code is open and close or what. So that time will come to know it is called a dependent or independent. Once you run the page in the browser, there you will come to know the output is coming in the new line or output is coming in the same line, correct? But once you get the knowledge of these tags, then you will not wait for the output. While writing the HTML only, in your mind will come, okay, this tag, this is called block level tag. Now before running the page, you will write a CSS also, and then after that you will run the page, because you understand already, okay, this becomes a block level. Okay, so total how many points we have? 6 points we have. Now we will create one example. I will create one example, just you can have a look into that, and based on that example, this 6 point what you have written, it will get clear, and after that we'll do something next. Okay, so hope everyone have written. See, human is a symbol of mistake. Okay, Because of that, notebook company has created the notebook and pen. Thinking like people will forget, they have to make a note for the future purpose. Right? So what will happen? Now suppose if anyone will speak half an hour, okay, you can remember line by line for 10 minutes. After 1 hour, once you go out from the home, you will see on the road two-wheeler, four-wheeler, buses are running, cars are running, correct? Somewhere music is playing, someone is fighting, something is happening, correct or not? Now this 1.5 hour content will get overlapped by the 23.5 hours content or not? In 24 hours, 1.5 hour is something and 22.5 hours is something. Now what will happen? Overlapping will happen. Psychology, I have studied psychology as well before my MCA. Okay, so there was a question, what is the reason of forget? Okay, what is the reason of forget? 20 marks. Okay, 20 marks question and 600 words we need to explain that. Okay, with example and all. What is the reason of forget? We have a study from guest paper, we came and just written it. Okay, so it is final in that when I wrote the answer for that, I have not realized why so many stories are written. That guess was given by the lecturer and professor. Said like this question will come, write the answer. That's all. Why do I study that? Okay. Later, in the day-to-day life when we got involved, okay, after 5 years, after 8 years, we forget some friend name itself. Okay. Then we realize, okay, that question was meaningful. What is the reason of forget? Those friends phone number, those friend email ID, those friend name is remember who are in the chat in day-to-day life. Whoever is not in the chat, what will happen? Will forget the name easily. Once you remember, once you see the face, then we'll come to know your name is something like this. Meaning is what? Content is inside. Where? In the brain it is holding somewhere in the corner. And on the top of that, some dust is overlapped. Reason? You have not replaced in between. You have not remember it again and again. Okay, it was not in the practice, so that it is gone somewhere in the corner, overlapping with something else. Okay, the reason of forget is only one. If you will not practice, if you will not repeat, then we'll forget it. Okay, so that notes is required. Okay, in my system, if you see, there is a 100 folders should be there. In all 100 folders, there will be developer guide. Okay, HTML developer guide separate, CSS developer guide separate. For all the batches I write. Okay, in fact, now I finish for you morning time 9:30. I finish for some people. Same thing I have written in the morning. Again, I'm writing. Why? Because if I will write, you will also write along with me. And if you are writing, then you will remember it. Okay. If I'll explain this file, it's 5 minutes work only. But in 5 minutes, those input will not come what I have given in last half an hour. Okay, explanation plus writing and explanation both are different. Okay, so for every people I write one by one. Hope all have to write it. Okay, let's go next. Reason is while writing, your eyes will open, hand will be busy, mind will be concentrate, right? That time there is more chances of input will happen in the mind. While listening, there may be okay, TV is running in front of the face, someone is crying behind, so many input will come. So that time maybe proper input happen or not, but when we write, proper input will happen 100%. Okay, so let me go ahead now. Right here, one more point, then we'll create the examples. Okay. What is the next point? Next point is like maybe after today class, you will open the YouTube, you will open the W3, you will open here, there, and you will see many things. Okay. In that, while reading the content from internet, okay, people have used multiple type of keywords. Look at here. What we have written is, we have written college tags. Okay. Now we are under the HTML. After some days, we'll go under the CSS. CSS will also communicate with the HTML. After some days, JavaScript will come. JavaScript will also communicate with the HTML. Everyone target is HTML only. All the technology target is HTML. So in HTML, what we have? So in HTML, we have called tags. In fact, all the technology want to deal with the tags only. Okay. The tags what you are seeing as of now, if you read from internet and all, even I will also start using the same words after writing that few notes. Okay. Since multiple technology we are going to use. So in each technology, okay, in different technology, the words called a tag are renamed by different name. Okay. In JavaScript, HTML tags is not called a tag. It's called a element. In the React JS, it is not called a element. It's called a JSX element. Under the CSS, it is not called a tag. It's called a selector. Right? So how many words? So many words are there. So suppose even I will write an answer for a question. I will not use straightforward as a tag. When I use the tag, it look like less valuable words. But at the same place, if I use a difficult word, then the sentence look like more valuable. Google will give higher priority. So whatever the content you read from internet, people has made the pages. Okay, while creating the page, while writing the content, they have used unique words. That word should not match with someone else. If it will match, means page will have lower priority. Correct. So what you will find while reading from internet, you will find these words. You can write it. Okay, what is that? Different name of HTML tags in other technology. Okay, what are the different names of tags we have in other technology? Like as of now, we are calling it a tag. In HTML, what we have is called a tag, but in CSS, what is called? Okay, right. So let's go here. Suppose you can write here this line only. The HTML tag open close. Let me come here. Right here. HTML tag only. Okay, it's a popular tag. Everyone is aware. Okay. In the term of HTML, it is going to call it a tag. No doubt in that. Okay. Same thing. In the term of CSS, it will be called as this one. SELECTOR, selector. Okay. So from today onwards, when you read from internet some theory, and if anyone is saying is a selector, don't worry. He's also trying to say about what? HTML tags only. Maybe he used some other technology, or maybe the person who is teaching you through online, the person who has made the video, he is more expertise in the CSS. So instead of calling it a tag, he will call it a selector. So at that point, we should not confuse what is the meaning of selector. Okay, if you search on internet, what is the meaning of selector? After reading few lines, we'll come to know, oh, HTML tags is called a selector, right? So instead of 100 lines, we should read as a one line. So in one line, it will give the output of how many lines? 10 lines or 100 lines. Okay, next, let me write here. Few points only we have, not much. Few will write again later once you become little more. Okay, so write college, suppose college JS. JS in the sense JavaScript. In the JavaScript is called a element. ELEMENT. Okay, element. In JavaScript, element word will explain about two things. One element is nothing but the HTML tags. Another element is nothing but the values of the array. Inside the array, we will have some values. Those values are also called as element only. Okay, so those will be the further discussion. But element in the term of JavaScript, element will point to also as a HTML tags itself. Calm down. Right below CSS selector JavaScript. Okay, jQuery you can write, because that we are going to study JQuery. In the jQuery, also we can call it a control. CONTROL, control. Okay, people call it a controls mostly. Okay, so I'll write here as a controls. Okay, controls represent multiple tags. Now come down below. Write one more line. That is also in our list. That is called jQuery, which is called React. Okay, you can write here called JSX element. ELEMENT. JSX element. Okay, JSX is for JavaScript and XML. That is the next. Further we'll write it. It's called a JSX element. Right. So how many words we found? We found as so many words. Right. 2, 4, and then how many? 5. Correct. Okay. Let's write one more here. Okay. Why one is missing? That is called Angular. ANGULAR, Angular. In the term of Angular, it is called as this one also. Called as selector. 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 Selector will be called two places. in CSS also as well as in Angular. In Angular, it's called a directive as well, but that is a very deep level discussion later. Okay, so from today onwards, while speaking, while talking, even I also use almost many times as a control only element selector, whichever the word come on the mouth, that will come out. But while talking, I'll guide you. Element meaning what is representing here? HTML tag. Selector meaning is representing HTML tag. See, HTML we have written open and close. It can be any HTML tag, not only body. In HTML, whichever the tags we have, all are called a tag. In HTML, whichever the tag we have, all called a selector. In HTML, whichever the tag we have is called a element in JavaScript, and in HTML, all the tags are called a control in the jQuery, and in HTML, all the tags are called a JSX element, as well as it's called a selector under the Angular as well. Okay? Right. Come down below. Next point we have. Now we are going to create a HTML file. So we have idea, you have experience. When you create in your system a Word file, when you create a Word file, what you give the extension? Docs, DOCS. When you create a Excel file, you give it a XLS. When you create PPT, you write as a PPT. Text file I have created, I have given developer guide.txt. Okay. Similar way, when we create a HTML file, what should be the extension of the HTML file? Two, we can write here. Type of extension, type of file extension, type of file extension in type of file extension in HTML. One most popular, that is called .html, and another one is HTML, and one more we have called a .html. .html is not there. L is not there, only M. HTML. L is optional. Okay. Your page will work in both the case, but you will ask in both which one I should use. You should use the first one. Why? Because it is called SEO friendly. FRIENDLY. SEO friendly. SEO friendly is nothing but digital marketing related. When we create a website and upload on internet, okay, then what will happen in that case? Google prefer more as a static page. If your page have a static content, it will give more priority. Saying like, okay, static means fixed. If I'll read once, I don't have to read again and again. So what will happen? A lot of people will create the website. The website will be under the PHP Java, but they'll give extension as a .html. Okay, why? Because we want to inform to the Google saying like my page is static page. It is not very dynamic. You take it on higher priority and bring in the Google search very fast. Okay, so for that, what we can say, there is a word called SEO, search engine optimization. Okay, through the search engine optimization, we promote the page in the Google search so that Google display in the higher rank. Okay, so you can say if your file extension is .html, it's give little more priority by the Google, saying like this content can come quickly in the Google search. Okay, we are also going to create a .html only. Okay, so hope clear till here. 6 points plus how many more points? 6 points plus how many more points? 6 point was on the top, and here I have written 2, 4, and 6 more. 6 and 6, 12, and another last 2 as a 14. Okay, you should not forget it. Let's come now. I will create a file called example1.html. Example1.html. Today you don't create a file. From tomorrow I will guide you everyone how to create the file and run it. I will create this file example1.html, example.html, and in that we will see really the tag open close happen. Really the tag will be printing in the new line. Really the tag come in the same line. Really using the tag only we can do input and output. Correct? What 6 point you have written? We need to see in one example. Okay. Okay. Now come to the HTML. Okay, let me create this file. Let me create this file. Example1. Randomly, I am creating anywhere on the desktop in my folder. Example1.html. File extension should be .html. Just to see once. Tomorrow onwards, you have to write the code. Just check on it. Okay, now see. When we create a HTML file, every time the HTML file start from here. Basic. We have some more thing called doc type. I'll guide you next. Every HTML file start from here. HTML open and HTML is a close. So it is called dependent tab, open and close. Now this page, if you run in the browser, browser have multiple type of functionality. Inside JavaScript will also work, CSS, all the technology will work. Once this page is in front of us, we are thinking, okay, it's a HTML file. Once this page will come in the browser, for the JavaScript, where the HTML start and HTML end is called a document. Okay, so how that works? Once we come under the JavaScript, we will learn it. But as of now, we can remember reason to write this HTML open and close is only one. When we will run this file in the browser engine will come and they will read our code. After reading the code, they will give the output. Okay. So when the browser engine will come inside your page and start reading the code, okay, browser engine will come and start reading the code. At that time, in the first line, we are informing to the engine saying like, this document belong to which language? HTML language. We are not giving them options saying like, you apply your advanced feature and then find out this content belong to where. It will take some time. In the first line, we are saying browser, this document belong to where? HTML. You don't spend much time and just start reading it. Because inside the content belong to where? HTML. So what will happen? Execution will be fast. For example, you go to any location, search a company. Suppose you are going for interview somewhere. Suppose you came to this building only. Info campus is second floor. Board is not outside, but it is in the second floor. Board is there as of now. Now, you went to the left, start searching from the ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, fifth floor, right? So you will land where? First floor, or maybe you will go to the fourth. Where you will go is your wish, right? Suppose you went to the third floor, nothing is there, not available. You will go to the fourth floor, not available. You will come to the second floor, they will find, oh, it's there. Now, how many places you went? 3 places. Instead of that, if any security guard will be in front of the left and they will ask you where you are going, you will say info campus, they will go to second floor. Where your lift will land? Second floor directly. In case guard is not there, inside the lift is written info campus second floor. Once you go inside, you will find, you will press the second button only. Or maybe outside one board is there, a small board saying like info campus second floor. So what will happen? We will press directly second button and will come to the directly second floor. Will not waste our time here and there. Exact in the same way, we are informing to the browser saying like this document belong to where? HTML. Okay, all the content will be related to HTML. So don't worry, just go inside and start execution fast. Okay, that is the meaning of why we start from HTML. Before that, one more line here, that is called doc type. So doc type will guide you once we come under HTML5. Okay, now the HTML where you start, where you end, it's called as a document. Okay, HTML start to end is called as a document. Not for your HTML, for the JavaScript. For the JavaScript is called as a document, starting to end. And this document will break into 2 parts. One is called this one, called as a head, and another one is called as a this one, called as a body. Head and body. Okay. Now head is for system purpose and body is for the user purpose. Okay. Whatever information you want to display on the web, anything, audio, video, text, number, anything, all should come under the body. And inside the page, for the content, you want to change the look and feel, you want to apply the functionality. For that, library is required. CSS library, JavaScript library, other library is required. So library will come under the head section and content will be under the body section. Some library will be there, heavy library. We will not call under the head, we will call at the end of the page. That is the next level to understand. Okay? But we can say yes, HTML to HTML is called a document. HTML is called a dependent element, dependent tag. It has open and close, and it will divide into two parts, head and body. Okay, head is called a library section. Head will hold only library, and body is called a content section. Under the body will display the contents. Right. So in our developer guide, one point was there. That is called this point. What is that? Dependent tag. Dependent tag. Right. You saw here tags are open, close. All are for a dependent tags. Now let me go to the body part. For example, just to understand, I will write here one H1. I'll write here called heading 1. Heading 1. Okay. Again, I'll write one more. Call it H2. As a heading 2. Right. Now see, while writing the code, we understood the tag is open close. Right. While writing, we understood it's called as a dependent or independent. Now, once we run the page, then we'll come to know whether it will come in the same line or it will go to the name. If vertically same line, then it is called as a block. If horizontally same line, then it's called as a inline. Now let me run this file and show you what is happening. We'll learn how to run an all. I will go to the browser and you can see where it is printing. New line. So both are printing the new line. In fact, here there is a lot of space here. After heading 1, there is a lot of space. This heading 2 can come in the same line also, but it has gone to the new line because their behavior, default behavior is block level. It will not come in the same line. With the help of CSS, we have to change their behavior. Okay, we have to check screen size, and then we need to change the behavior. It can be block to inline, or it can be inline to block, depending on it. Okay. Now after that, so what we saw, one we saw the tags are open close, that is called a dependent. Another we saw tags are printing in the new line, that is called a block level. Clear? Yes, no? See, I spoke nearly 1 hour 10 minutes continuous. If the tag is open close, it's called as a dependent, right? Tag is printing the output in the new line, that is called as a block level. Next, after that, this is the input or output? Output only. So that belong to where? That belong to here. That belong to which group? Where are you? That belong to here. That belong to where? Output tag. Output tag display the output. If it is open close, then it's called as a dependent. If it is a print in the new line, then it's called as a block level. Clear? Come now. Let me write here one input tag also to understand where it is going. Input type equal to, I'm writing randomly just to understand the 6 points. Input type equal to text. Let me go to the browser and see what it says. See here, it is text box has appeared. Inside what we can do? We can enter something. So this becomes a input and this becomes a output. Now for input, we have different type of input. Correct? Number, email, text, alphanumeric, upload, file upload, different type of file upload, audio, video. Those are called a different type of input. But another line what we have? Another line we have this one, call it a independent. And one more is here, call it a inline. Let me go here, write one more. 2 I created, one text box and one more text box. Okay, let me write here called name. name. Okay, let me write here one more call, email. Now let us come to the browser, see what is happening. See, both are printing in the same line. Then it is called as a inline. In case our requirement will say no, email ID should print in the name line. In case our requirement will say both are coming in the same line, no, keep in the name line. Then what we have to do? We have to change the behavior, or forcefully we have to ask to go to the name line. Okay, so now come, look at here. Input is open, and you can see the slash is in the last. So what is that? Self-closing. Independent only, but self-closed. Okay, if I remove this, it is not self-closed. It's only independent. But we have to learn both together. It should not be only independent and in future face the problem. Okay, it should be as a self-closed. Okay, so independent and self-closed together. Right? See, in 1, 3, 4 line, all 5 points are clear. One more 2 are there. Let me write it. Now, I'll revise once. Tag is open close is called as a dependent. Dependent. Tag will print the output in the new line. That is called as a block. Tag will print the output in the same line. It's called as a inline. If the tag is displaying the output, it's called as a output tag. Look at here. Tag displays the output. It's called as a output. Tag asks the input. It is called as a input. Next, after that, in case we want to apply one independent tag here, we'll write a BR. BR. Now what this BR will do? BR is just like the input only. Look at like here only, no slash in the last, slash in the last. But the BR will say sorry, you don't come in the same line. Let me write here. Instead of BR, I'll write as a HR. HR will be visible. Okay, HR. Now see here. What happened? Go to the browser. You can see. Line got break. Now question is why line got break? Because in between someone else came, and whoever came in between, he need how much width? Full width. You saw HR I have written. It's covering line is coming from beginning to last. That meaning HR need full width. There is no space in the right side. So what will happen? Next we'll go to the new line automatically. Okay. Quickly we can count on the finger and then we'll go. What is that? 6 point what you have remembered today. One is called, we have tags. Inside the tag we have 2 type of tag. One is called input and output. If we enter the value, that is called input tag. If we display the output, that is called as a output tag.
Output tag.
That next we have called dependent and independent. If the tag will open close, that is called dependent. Tag is only open, that is called independent. If the tag will, what is next? If the tag will print in the new line, then it's called a block level. If tag will print in the same line, that's called an inline. This much theory is only required in HTML, nothing else. The remaining we have to remember the tag, which tag is for what purpose. Okay, and based on this theory, once the CSS will come, the first line of CSS will say, okay, how to change the behavior of tag. It was going in the same line, break it and bring in the new line. It was going in the new line, bring in the same line. At that point, again, this rule we have to remember. Okay, the tag, remember, that time I'll say, okay, you remember in HTML, we discussed the tag will go to the new line. That is called as a dependent level tag. Now, with the help of CSS, we have to convert into inline. While converting into inline means when you change the behavior, right? A person want to sit in entire width. You will change their behavior. You will say, no, you compress, be in one side. Maybe something drawback may also happen. So when we change the behavior of tag from block to inline, some tag will say, no problem, I can change. Some tag will say, yes, I can change, but I will apply here something else. Means advantage will happen. Along with that, some disadvantage also get applied. So for that, we have multiple solutions. Okay, then what you have to do is, hope everyone have system now, and you have installed the Notepad++, and the theory part, I explain you this much. Okay, based on this theory, you need to remember this point. And after this, tomorrow again, once we start the class, I'll revise you. The 6 point what we have written will count on the finger. And after that, again, what we'll do? everyone will create the examples. We will create a HTML folder. Under the HTML folder, I will guide you creating the file, saving the file. 2-3 file will create and run, will get experience. Yes, how to create the file, how to run the file. And then after that, keep following tabs and explanation. Okay. Okay. Fine then. Hope it was meaningful for you, and then see you tomorrow. Okay, we will log in tomorrow again, same time 2 o'clock. And that's it. I have recorded the session. From tomorrow onwards, I will share you. Okay. I will upload in the website, and from there